Hi, yeah, so we're a little bit further in now, and this is a really good spot for finding milkweed stalks after the winter. During the summer times, this all fills up with large plants of milkweed, and then the monarch butterflies move in, and that's one thing that we're trying to do, is if we can bring more awareness to the milkweed plants, we can start growing more of it, and we can also supply new homesteads for the monarch butterfly, because the milkweed plant is the only food source for the monarch butterfly's caterpillar. The one plant that grows here, there's a couple different species, but the one that we focus on the most is the common milkweed plant. That seems to be the one that grows the tallest, gives us the more long stem fibers per stalk. And during the fall time, we also harvest the seed pods for the floss and also the seeds. So I'm going to show you a couple of the stalks here and how to decort them. And by the time you're done, be able to make your own bracelet. We also have bracelets for sale on our Etsy store that you guys can take a look at. We also have some seeds from actually these plants here last fall. We came in, we picked a lot of the pods there, let them dry out, we harvested the seeds, and we have them for sale this year. And we've grown actually quite a few plants from them already started in our own pots at home. So yeah, I'm going to pick some here and show you what we do. Alright, I got a real treat here. This is the floss from the seed pods. There's just a little bit left over there in the ground. See how light and fluffy that is? It's just as good as down feathers. And it's actually hypoallergenic and hydrophobic, so it won't absorb water. Very soft stuff. And that's what carries the seeds off to the new planting place. There's no seeds on this stuff. I'm actually quite amazed, but see how silky that is, shiny. When we get a crop of this developed, we'll be able to sell this for a new line of plant-based, hypoallergenic, natural down replacement for comforters and pillows and anything else that you might think need that comfort, like even parkas and stuff like that. So, anyways, as you can see, I've gathered a few stalks here. One easy way to identify it, I've got one here. Ah, yes, right there. That, what looks like a leaf, it's actually the seed pod. It's usually wrapped up in a cocoon like that. And then when it dries out and the seeds are mature, opens up and allows that fluff that I showed you with the seeds attached to it, allows that to just drift off into the wind. So, since it's springtime, none of that should really be left. It should all have blown off or is under all the rest of the grass here to plant new plants. We harvested some of it last year just so we could start seeing our own inside our house in town in our garden. So, anyways, I found some stalks here. What you want to do is crack it all the way down and then split it. And then from there, you've got one half of the plant. All you do is snap it back, kind of peel that bark off. There, and there's your fibers right there. You just keep doing that every 2 or 3 inches, or even 6 inches depending. Some fibers aren't as strong as the next one, but you get some that are really good. And this one's pretty nice. You already see those nice kind of silvery color fibers coming right off. If the plant isn't properly retted, and they call retting is the process of rotting the bark so the fibers separate from the bark. If it's not properly retted, usually the fibers will be stiff and they'll break easily too, because there's the lignin is the glue inside the fibers that keep everything bound together. Kind of helps keep the plant upright. By retting or rotting the bark, you are loosening that glue and softening the fibers. But just to get the rest of that fiber all nice and clean, just roll it between your fingers, just like that. And that'll kind of get those little pieces of bark off. Pretty nice. And as I was saying, this is a long stem fiber. It's not as strong as hemp, but it is natural. There is another fiber plant in this area. It's stinging nettles. But we're concentrating more on the milkweed plant, not just because it gives you great products, but also because it supports the monarch butterfly, since it is the only food source for their monarch butterfly caterpillar. So, like I said, we have products on our page. We are working with Wado this year, trying to secure a plot of land, preferably an acre or less, to start our first trials of growing common milkweed in Manitoba. So yeah, it's very exciting. Once you got all that bark kind of cleaned out, you're left with nice natural fibers. And they're pretty strong too. And to make it stronger, you can make it into cordage. So to do that, you twist it away from yourself, and then you swap fibers and pull it back onto yourself, or towards yourself. So twist away, pull it back. Twist away, pull it back. You get a little bit fast at this after doing it for so long like I have. But this is how we make all of our bracelets. It's all by hand. We come out here, we pick the stalks, and then we separate the fibers from the stalks. We clean them by hand, and then we also do the cording. We have a little tool that helps us do the cording a little bit quicker, but everything else is by hand. There's no machines or anything. It's pretty cool stuff. Like I said, these products are available on our page. We're going to have new products once we have more milkweed products to harvest from, like seed pods. We'll have the seed fibers, the pods themselves, some of the floss. That it would be really neat. We have a lot of new things coming in that's it's something to be excited for. Not to mention the countless amount of monarch butterflies we're going to have. And since we're close to the Highway 83, I always think that they should be naming that Highway 83 the Butterfly Highway, because it's the longest named, or longest north to south continuously named highway in North America. It goes all the way from northern Manitoba right down to the Mexican border. And if you follow the monarch butterflies at all, they are one of the few known insects that will migrate all the way down to Mexico for the winter. And then during the springtime, they come all the way back up just to breed and then come back down. But, like I have mentioned before, if there is no milkweed, there's nowhere for their caterpillars to eat. So their populations decline. In fact, over the last 20 years, their population numbers have been in a steady decline, almost 30% overall. But that's why we're trying to do our part, bring a little bit of value to the market, and supply a new farmland, a new home for monarch butterflies. And there's our cordage. Super strong. Anyways, figured I'd come out here and kind of show you where we get our supplies. Initially, this is where it's going to be from until we get enough seed to make our own crops, and then you'll be able to see the whole farmstead. So I'm looking forward to it and hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks.